In this insider threat scenario, Acme Company is considering a reduction in forces, a RIF, based on current economic conditions and an updated strategy to focus on new product lines. The company will be offering a generous severance package to impacted employees based on their respective tenure and the caveat to not exfiltrate any unapproved company data. To ensure impacted employees abide by the signed agreement, Acme has created a RIF monitoring group within the Forcepoint Insider Threat solution prior to any announcements. Additional insider threat policies for the RIF monitoring group have been deployed to collect different technical observables to provide meaningful visibility of a user's intent for data exfiltration of sensitive information across multiple vectors of communication. Phil Zamudio, our bad actor, becomes aware of the pending RIF from talking with colleagues. Phil becomes concerned that he is on the shortlist and begins to show signs of disengagement and disgruntlement, with potentially being unemployed. This is the point where Phil considers leaving the company and starts down a path that would eventually lead to exfiltrating sensitive company data. The following demonstration walks you through the journey of a Forcepoint insider threat analyst from early indications to initial discovery and moving Phil into an enhanced monitoring group for further investigations. The FIT dashboard is where an analyst starts their day to identify high-risk employees based on organizational and individual composite risk scores. The FIT Employee Risk Score is a composite single score representing risk for a single user for a single day, and is a combination of anomaly and policy violation scores. Anomaly scores represent outliers for a single user for a single day, whereas policy violations represent a manually weighted violation score generated daily and configured on a per-policy basis. Organizational risk scores used in a 30-day trending view are based on similar anomaly scores with anomaly detection calculated from existing population statistics. For a new system, a baseline of estimated population values are used. All the scores are approximated by how far the volume activity deviates from the population norms. In our example, Phil Zamudio has a composite risk score of 5.2 for activities on the highlighted day. The Analytics tab is user-focused, where an analyst has visibility into a 90-day risk score trend for individuals like Phil Zamudio. In addition, the Analytics tab provides a quick breakdown of events for the day, with relative percentages as compared to the total channel activities. The Activity tab is where a FIT analyst would drill down into the specific events and collections for an individual on a daily basis. The activities can be filtered by risk levels and activity type to simplify the investigative process. Now, focusing back on Phil Zamudio, we observe that Phil has numerous critical and high-risk events that need further investigation. The first critical event highlights a conversation where Phil is engaged with multiple people about an upcoming, non-publicized RIF at his current employer, Acme. Phil is having similar negative dialogue with his spouse, Mrs. Zamudio, and a coworker, Robert Treadwell, that has triggered the FIT disgruntled employee trigger policy. An analyst can quickly pivot to the FIT Enterprise Application Suite to watch a video of the two-way conversation between all parties. The video clearly shows that Phil has made a decision to actively pursue a new job, which in itself is not a serious incident. However, the chat session where Phil asks Robert to send him company files is more concerning and requires further attention. Having early insight into these observables is critical, as these are leading indicators to potential data exfiltration acts. Returning to the FIT dashboard, an analyst would focus on a critical event called copied 8 files. The event shows multiple copied activities in the same time period that violate the FIT sensitive file trigger. The dashboard shows the date and time of the violation, along with the name of the files being copied and the actual policy that was violated by Phil. For this example, Phil has actually received an email from his colleague Robert Treadwell with company-sensitive documents that were previously discussed in the earlier chat session. Phil opens the email and saves the 2 files to his personal hard drive. Each of these documents contains sensitive keywords, markings, or other watermarks that can be used in a FIT policy for tracking sensitive document movement. As a bonus, the video shows that Phil actually received his resume from Mrs. Zamudio and saves it to his desktop. Again, individually, these actions are not a major concern, but when viewed in context with other activities, the intent and direction Phil is trending is troubling and requires continued investigation. Next, we notice a high-risk event triggered from the top website's job search policy. The details show that Phil has visited Monster.com in search of a new software developer job in Alabama. We also observe that Phil has actually applied to a job and uploaded his resume via Monster.com. An analyst can quickly access the Fit Enterprise application suite to watch a video of Phil actually applying to the open job posting and submitting his resume. Another key piece of the puzzle is ensuring his resume did not include any company-sensitive information, as Phil most likely did not request a company review and approval for resume content. The EAS provides the analyst a copy of the resume that was submitted by Phil against the software developer position in Alabama. Video is essential for the non-technical review and to see users' action in motion, but context is king when it comes to investigations and chain of custody. As we progress down the timeline of Phil's actions, an analyst can quickly see a pattern of Phil's discretions and precursors to his endgame, exfiltrating sensitive company data. Phil has triggered the sensitive file trigger and has renamed the two Acme documents that were provided by Robert Treadwell. The Fit Enterprise application suite shows the file metadata that was renamed from Acme product roadmaps to VetBill and stored in a personal folder on Phil's desktop. The next phase of the investigation is where it gets interesting, as Phil has downloaded an unapproved encryption application called 7-Zip and has decided to encrypt the sensitive renamed files. The action triggered the deployed compressed file encryption policy deployed as part of the Rift monitoring group. Please pay special attention to the fact that Fit actually collected the password entered by Phil when encrypting the file. From an investigative perspective, the ability to collect this data significantly reduces the time required to validate if and what data was encrypted and subsequently sent outside the organization. As you can see, Phil triggered another policy for off-hours email that, when viewed, shows that Phil actually sent an encrypted file marked personal.7z to Mrs. Zamudio. Since Phil has been exhibiting high-risk behavior, an analyst should confirm the contents of the attachment to ensure no sensitive company information was sent outside the organization. This is simply accomplished by copying the 7-zip password captured in the previous event, saving the file to the local analyst desktop, extracting the folder with the same application Phil used, and opening the two files marked VetBill and Family Picture. As you can see, the two documents are not what the names would describe. They are in fact company-sensitive documents with classification headers and footers removed before encrypting and sending outside the company. As we continue down the Phil journey, we observe a web upload event to a personal Dropbox folder. The video shows that Phil has uploaded the same files titled Family Pictures and VetBill that were previously sent to Mrs. Zamudio. In addition, Fit has captured the actual file content that was uploaded to Dropbox. All metadata can be saved outside the Enterprise Application Suite and shared with other stakeholders as needed to ensure an airtight investigation. To assist with organizing an investigation, an analyst can create a new case file to share events and collections with other stakeholders outside the Fit platform. Cases can be created and security assigned on a per-group basis. Individual events and collections can be added to each case at any time during the investigation. Comments can be included for each case and shared with other analysts who have permission to view individual cases. Case details, such as full motion video and metadata, can be exported for review by other stakeholders outside the Fit Enterprise Application Suite. As a result of the initial inquiry, Phil Z has been elevated to an enhanced monitoring group for increased visibility and collection across multiple endpoint channels such as file movement, email, local and network printing, web email, web uploads, and site visited, to name a few. The additional collection is not necessarily increasing the number of events. The policies can be written to collect data for forensic purposes only. In addition, we have created a unique policy to watch for prohibited application startup, such as Tor, BitCrypt, EasyStigo, Paranoid, and a list of 85 total applications. The enhanced monitoring category is assigned to the appropriate group in which Phil is now a member of. The new policies will become effective the next time the agent communicates with the server, either through a heartbeat timeout or other policy violations. At that point, Phil's policy set will include all previous policies plus a new enhanced monitoring category. And finally, through the FIT Enterprise Application Suite, analysts have available out-of-the-box reports that can be created and shared outside the FIT platform. Reports include daily reporting, policy details, and specific user activity and user profile reports that describe a user's activities for a specific period of time, such as 30 days. Each of the reports are available in PDF or CSV formats for easy reviewing and incorporation into other standard reporting offerings like Tableau or ClickView. As demonstrated, Forcepoint Insider Threat is a powerful and flexible user activity monitoring solution, providing an ability to quickly detect and determine high-risk users' intent with the goal to reduce time and resources required for a thorough investigation and response.